Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Unfortunately, we're starting things off with a little bit of a rant. I've been travelling for a while now, so it was only a matter of time before something drove me over the edge. And unfortunately, it's here in Bali, Indonesia. This is really introducing me to scamming. I know about scamming, but I'm really starting to feel the effects of it here in Bali. This is a very touristy place. I've just pulled over on my bike. There's my massive rucksack, and I need to tell you about this scam because I don't want anyone to fall for this scam. It's a bit of a crap scam, and unfortunately it comes with petrol. Getting a bike in Indonesia is a very common thing for tourists, and unfortunately the locals like to try and take advantage of that. Even the petrol stations, can you believe that? So the first time I got this bike, I decided to go to a little corner shop. I thought the petrol would be cheaper there, and it normally is. My experience in other countries like Vietnam taught me that sometimes the quieter shops that aren't really shops that look more like someone's home can actually give you some of the best prices. Just gonna move my bag out of the way of the road. So yeah, thought I'd start there. Anyway, this guy proceeded to fill my bike up full and tried to charge me 450,000 rupiah to fill the bike up, which is just ridiculous for Indonesia. I'm sorry, it's ridiculous for Southeast Asia. The most you should be paying for a litre is probably like 30,000, and the locals have even backed me up with that. So I knew I got scammed. Anyway, eventually talked him out of it and was able to get some money back, but it was still a scam. I still paid 250,000 for 5 litres, I think it was, or however much you need to fill this bike. Who knows? But the point was I got scammed. Anyway, that happened a few days before Christmas, and now unfortunately, luckily I didn't get scammed during Christmas, but now Christmas is over, the scamming has returned pretty much the day after. I just went to a petrol station, thought I'd do it more officially, considering the corner shops scam you. Turns out the petrol stations do as well. Filled the bike up, and I watched the dial. I'm always on the lookout for these scams because I know some of these scams too well. So I'm watching this woman, and she hasn't reset the counter on the petrol station. So the previous person paid like 20,000 for theirs. I literally needed a little bit, and I knew it was going to be roughly 20,000 because, you know, it wasn't going to be much. Anyway, she reset the count. She didn't reset the counter, and so I was going to have to pay for my fuel and the lady before. Fuck that, no way, sorry, but like, what? So I watched it, and then she was like 50,000, and I was like, well, firstly, the dial says 39,000. Second of all, it's not even 39,000 worth of petrol you just put in it. So I call her out, and I'm like, you're scamming me, and she doesn't really speak very good English, but enough to scam someone. So I'm like, you've just charged me the person before. I knew exactly what she was doing, and I said to her, I see right through you, I know exactly what you're doing, and I refused to pay it. Again, she didn't really understand what I was saying, but I think she kind of got the grasp of it. The locals are just staring at me like, what is this guy doing? Probably, but rightly so. I'm not paying for the previous person's fuel as well, just so she can pocket some extra money. That's not how this works. I'm not paying for someone else's fuel when I only need a little bit topped up. So I then went to speak to the guy, and yeah, managed to talk my way out of it, and I left the petrol station. But it's just put me in a right mood because, you know, it just shows that scamming is possible, and, you know, being a tourist, unfortunately, you can often get scammed and charged high prices. Thankfully, you know, that was it, but yeah, just bad start to the day, I won't lie. We're on our way back down to Canggu from Ubud, and I'm heading down on the bike. Just thought I'd fill up on the way to avoid scams in Canggu, which is like the popular place in Bali for partying. But it turns out you can get scammed up here as well. So yeah, if you're thinking about renting a bike somewhere, or you're thinking about coming to Southeast Asia, just be aware of little scams like that, because it's very small, you can miss it, and lo and behold, you end up paying for extra, which you obviously don't have to do. Now, I could have been nice and paid for the person before, but like, why should I? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's petrol, and she's done it before. I checked on Google Maps. That petrol station has 2, maybe 3 stars in reviews. I'll put a screenshot on the screen, and all the reviews are people warning you not to do it. Unfortunately, I didn't read the reviews before because I thought a petrol station would be safe. I mean, a petrol station is safe in England, but apparently not here. So yeah, lo and behold, the reviews on Google are not great either. So people, this has happened before. She's doing this on a regular basis to a lot of tourists. and I'm not standing for that sort of thing. So, you know, I'm happy to donate money to locals and stuff and try and help out where I can. But when things like that happen, it just breaks the trust and it makes me feel like I don't want to be here much longer, sort of thing. But no, we're going to put that to the back of the mind now. I've got the rant over. Now we're going to head back down to Canggu and see what the rest of the day has. Hopefully, little scamming. Regardless as to what happens, having a really nice trip back. Besides the fact it looks like it's gonna rain heavy. We've got some nice rice fields here while I stop off for a quick rest. But yeah, going back to that scam, my best bit of advice would be to know the price before you go in, sort of thing. You know, before you accept something or before you agree to something, know the price you're going to pay. You can still get scammed, unfortunately, and like petrol, you're not going to know the price until you filled up. But you know, that's the best bit of advice to kind of stop yourself from being scammed. I'm normally pretty good at spotting scams, and I did spot that before it, you know, really kind of taken place. I saw that she didn't reset the thing, but yeah. Anyway, I've got to stop talking about it because it's going to put me in a bad mood. But yes, we are about 30 minutes away from Canggu, so let's head there. So, besides scamming, Bali is also great for surfing. So, I've come to the beach to check it out and see the sort of prices. As you can tell, the weather is absolutely terrible. Feels like England. But this is a great place to surf, apparently, and you can see a lot of people kind of on boards, practicing. That guy looks like he's about to stand up. Practicing there. So, I mean, you know, that I can't really do that. I can stand up for about 3 or 4 seconds. I've only had about 2 hours of experience surfing, so nothing huge. We're going to hopefully come back in a few days when it's probably a little bit nicer and do some surfing. I think you've got to really come in the morning. I don't know, it's rainy season at the moment, and as you can tell, it's the afternoon, it doesn't look great, and I can feel the rain already. So yeah, just come to check this out. Pretty cool place though. Probably going to come back here and get some surfing in, because Indonesia is a great place to learn how to surf. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment. Honestly, given the weather, I'm probably just going to head to a cafe, have something small, and then go out for dinner later in the evening. A bit of a chill day today, nothing too crazy, because the next couple of days we're probably going to be partying. So we have had to take refuge literally 5 minutes into walking back. Let me just show you like what it is right now. So it's chucking it down with rain, and the waves are so powerful. They're literally coming like right up to where I'm standing. So yeah, not the greatest weather at the moment to be walking back through my bike. So we're going to take refuge under this random shelter next to the beach. But yeah, for now I think I'm just going to spot people surfing. So let's see how good people actually are on a board. I know nothing about surfing, can't really tell, but I don't even know is this good weather for surfing? The waves look brilliant, but it doesn't really look like you can surf very well. It looks like the hardest thing is getting out to sea. He's been there for about 5 minutes, and he's gone. See you later, mate. They're gone as well. Oh my goodness, it just looks like it's wiping everyone out. One guy over there lying down. Surfing though. Just looks like they're having a really hard time swimming. Yeah, he's gone again. See you, mate. He's having to think about whether he should be surfing today or not. Oh, he's going back to shore. There's just no point doing this though. And for me, with 2 hours of experience, I'd be exactly where he is for the entire duration. The rain has stopped temporarily. I need to rinse off my flip-flops sort of before I carry on walking. So I'm going to try and do that without dying. Oh my goodness me, what the fuck? That took me out. Whoa! I can't move. Oh, that didn't even work. This was a bad decision to put on my shoes so early. I see a little wave, there we go. No, still didn't work, Right, never mind. I've become so distracted, I've actually forgotten where I left my bike, so I'm going to have to wander up and down the beach until I see the street that I'm familiar with. I think it's down here, but I'm not sure like if it's here or the next one. Yeah. Anyway, it'd be a good time to go in the sea actually. No one's in the sea. I could actually be tempted to do that, you know. Do I? Hair is a mess, but I don't even care. I've just realised that my first task when I got to Bali, to Canggu in Bali, was meant to be to do laundry. But the sea looks too tempting, so I'm going to go for a quick little swim, and then we're going to head back and do my laundry because I've got like no clothes left. And I've just got this wet from the previous clips, so yeah, we really can't hang around. I need to get the laundry in today, get it back tomorrow. Best time to record at the beach because there's no one around to steal your stuff. Anyway, let's go. Kind of gets worse actually. I didn't bring my towel with me, so I don't know. I'll draw on the bike I guess, but I can't go around looking like this. Not in Bali, where there's like a ton of influencers that are going to look at me and be like, what's this guy doing? Anyway, yeah, that's it. That's too much. I literally went in there and it's starting to rain again. Right, yeah, we're done. See you soon. So I know I've highlighted this before in previous videos, but I do just want to show it again because I've been in a number of these stores and it just does take me by surprise as to like what conditions are like around here. We've got flies everywhere, even inside the supermarket as well. We've got oranges as well. Let's show you the oranges. I mean, I'm no expert, but I don't think that one's fit for human consumption. Neither is that. I mean, what are the ones below like? Terrible. It's cheap for a pack of biscuits though. Oreos are 9,500, which is like 50p or something. But yeah, the fruit is questionable, which also makes me worry about like this stuff. This stuff should be okay, but you just never know. Yeah, very different to England. That concludes the video. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video very, very soon.